सहनाववतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ओम शांति शांति शांति। हरि ओम श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः। हरि ओम। गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णु गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरुरेव परं ब्रह्म तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः। वसुदेवसुतं देवं कंसचाणूरमर्दनं देवकी परमानन्दं कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुं। समस्तजनकल्याणे निरतं करुणामयं नमामि चिन्मयं देवं सद्गुरुं ब्रह्मविद्वरं सद्गुरुं ब्रह्मविद्वरम्। श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानाम् आलयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पाद शङ्करं लोकशङ्करं शङ्करं लोकशङ्करम्। Yeah. All our life, while seeking happiness, which is the main goal, every other goal is a means to this goal. What we are trying to do is removing the obstacles, preventing the experience of this happiness that's already in me. Ignorance of this me leads me to such happiness in the objects, in people, in experiences. The irony is, this very search outside me means, in fact, the consciousness, because even trying to find happiness through the body, through the mind, through the intellect, in the objects, emotions, and thoughts, this very search covers the happiness that I am. That's the strange thing. It's not only that they cannot give me happiness, but the very search covers this happiness, because you are searching things outside you, means you are turning the mind's attention outside, away from the consciousness. Happiness is in the consciousness. By your choice, you are turning away the mind from this consciousness to the objects outside. So all that has to be done is withdraw the mind from these preoccupations, not only the external world, but your own body, mind, intellect. Turn its attention to its source. When the mind is turned its attention to its source, it merges with that consciousness, because mind is consciousness plus objects. Mind is consciousness plus objects. So when the mind is turned towards consciousness, it has withdrawn from all the objects. Therefore, Consciousness alone is there. Because consciousness plus objects is mind. When the mind is turned away from objects, what remains is consciousness. So, in this life, there are two things happening. One is covering the consciousness with things outside it and believing that this consciousness, whose nature is immortality, life, happiness, is in the body, mind, intellect, objects, emotions, and thoughts. So therefore, I at that time am believing that I am the body, I am the mind, I am the intellect. This I, me, the consciousness, takes the form of the body, mind, intellect, and associates with objects, emotions, and thoughts. This I, when it is covered, it takes another form, which is not real. This process of losing my identity and assuming another identity is called ignorance, superimposition. What is superimposition? On this consciousness, I am imposing the idea that I am the body, mind, and intellect. On this consciousness, on it, that means super imposition. I am imposing the idea, I am the body, I am the mind, I am the intellect. This is called adhyasa. This process is called adhyasa. What is that? In a short way to remember, atasmin tad buddhihi. Atasmin, that which is not real, tad buddhihi, the idea that it is that truth. Atasmin tad buddhihi is called adhyasa. That which is not true, on that you impose the idea it is true. That's called adhyasa. Now, in this process, what has to be done to gain this happiness, immortality? What has to be done? Should you by heart all the Vedas? Should you do pranayama? Should you control the mind and focus it, and through the Hatha Yoga, you gain that? All this may be means to divert the mind to its source. These are all maybe various ways of trying to turn the mind to its source. But for a prepared person, none of these things are needed. He just have to turn his attention away from the objects to the source of the mind. It can be done by any person whose confusions are minimum, whose preoccupations are minimum. Mostly we are missing this because of our attachment to the external world, because of our belief that this external world can give me happiness. So therefore, these two things, withdrawal and turning the attention is called meditation. Vairagya Abhyasa. Vairagya Abhyasa. So the first thing was superimposition called Adhyasa. Do not confuse. I said Vairagya and Abhyasa, not Adhyasa. So earlier superimposition is called Adhyasa. Meditation, it is called Abhyasa. Vairagya Abhyasa. Abhyasa means repetition, exercise. Repetition, exercise, practice. So, what is this practice? Earlier, I was thinking, I am the body, I am the mind, I am the intellect. Now I suggest to me, I am not the body, I am not the mind, I am not the intellect. Since vasanas continuously disturb me, continuously I had to remind myself, I am not the body, I am not the mind, I am not the intellect. This continuous repetition of the real me is called abhyasa. In this, what is happening? I am removing the cover. I am removing the cover. I am the body, I am the mind. That cover is removed. This is called apavada. Apavada, negation. Problem was adhyasa, superimposition. Solution is apavada, negation. So, all our problems belong to entities that is not real, me. The solution lies in trying to know the real me and own it. Live as it is. This is called samadhi. This is called samadhi. The whole book, not only this book, any book on Vedanta only says this: you are God, losing your identity because of your extrovertedness, mind turned outside, and believing you are the body, mind, intellect. So this ignorance of yourself manifests as I am the body, I am the mind, I am the intellect. So avidya has two aspects. Avarana, covering the truth. Not knowing the rope. When the rope is covered from my knowledge, I see the snake. When the rope is covered, avarana, I see the snake, which is vikshepa. The truth is always one. Projections are many. So the truth is covered by avarana, then multiplicity is projected. That's called vikshepa. When I, the one, is sleeping, the real me is covered by avidya, my vasanas, etc. And in that avidya, multiplicity is projected, which becomes the dream. Sleep is in sleep avarana, in dream vikshepa. In sleep avarana, in dream vikshepa. This is all books. Then so many books, why? Because you are not trying to internalize them. When it is said, you are different from what you think you are still looking for solution outside, in Sanskrit, in logics, right? You believe that you should read this, you should read that, you should memorize this, you should memorize that. Then you may get someday something. You are denying yourself that which is immediately available because you have lack of faith on that. You have faith more on untruth than faith on truth. Whatever you are believing in and searching for is the very thing that denies what you are searching for. This one sentence you remember, then you won't search it outside in the form of possessions, enjoyments, name, fame. When I am trying to seek recognition, name and fame from outside, I have said myself to be the individual, the body, the mind, the intellect. When I believe I am the individual, the body, the mind, the intellect, I have denied myself the status of Brahman. In my very acceptance, I am this body, mind, intellect, wanting recognition, wanting glory. I have denied myself the status of Brahman. Unfortunately, I do not know this. I think I am doing a favor to me by trying to project myself this, that, and all that. What are you doing when you project? You are denying the fact that you are Brahman. When you want to project, you are a billionaire. You are denying the fact that you are the only essence in the entire world. The entire world belongs to you. The entire world belongs to you. You are denying that. When you want to prove that you have so many people under your control, you are again denying the fact that all people, past, present, future, are all your own expressions. They are in you. Any amount of this talk, which is just 3 sentences, as Sri Shankara said, Brahma Satyam, Jagan Nithya, Jivo Brahma Eva Na Aparaha. This is all. You are God as the very thing that enlivens the body, mind, intellect, that makes it possible. That is the substratum of the body, mind, intellect. That is the essence of the body, mind, intellect. Remove all variables. What is left is you. This removal of the variables is called apavada, antidote for adhyasa. Adhyasa is covering. Removing the covering is called apavada. Adhyasa is covering. Removing the cover is called apavada. It's a very simple thing. By your choice, you are making it too big, depending on Sanskrit, depending on various things that distract. Even meditation is laughed by advanced texts like Yoga Vasistha or Astavakra Gita or Mandukya Upanishad. Even that is laughed. What are you meditating? You are going to say all the time, I'm Hemachandra, I'm Hemachandra, I'm Hem. Something must be wrong. Something must be wrong. to go on saying, I am this, I am this, I am this. You know it once, that's all over. What is there to go on telling? So even that is laughed by advanced texts, even meditation. Right? But since we have more faith on our stupidity, the acharyas not only have to repeat this in the same book, repeat this in many other books. You know, Bhagavatam originally was given in 4 slokas to Brahmaji by Sri Vishnu inside. That is called Chetusloki. Brahmaji gave it to his sons, Sanat Kumaras, who gave it to Narada. Narada gave it to Vyasa. Vyasa gave it to Shuka. Shuka narrated this to Parikshit. By that time, so many hands, 4 slokas have become 18,000 slokas. Same truth. 4 slokas, Chetusloki. What is that Chetusloki? Whatever I told you in the last few minutes, that's all Chetusloki. Whatever I told you in the last few minutes is Chetusloki. That has been made into 18,000 slokas. Right? Why? You are not giving your entire attention. You are not leaving your stupidity. You are having more security in that, holding on to that. Holding on to that. Cast it off and say, I am not this individual. I am that most glorious, biggest. And since you have more faith on Sanskrit, this most glorious and biggest is called Brahma. I am that Brahman. I am what I am seeking. Saha aham soham. Saha Brahman ahameva. I am that. What does this do? This simple suggestion, this simple recognition. You have no problem that doesn't belong to the body, to the mind, or to the intellect. There is not one problem that does not belong to the body, mind, or intellect. This is completely disowned by you when you say, I am not the body, I am not the mind, I am not the intellect. Neti, neti, neti. I am this. So assertion. Negation, assertion. Negation, assertion. In this, you completely disown all that gives you sorrow. This is all called Vedanta. It's very difficult. What is difficult? To give up that which gives you sorrow. Very difficult. To give up that which gives you sorrow. Hold on. It's your privilege and it's your luxury. To hold on to sorrow is your luxury. Hold it on. Okay. So this has been the topic up to now. We are done about 280 by Shankara, telling us we are not the 5 koshas, not the 3 bodies. We are that self. The process was adhyasa. Solution is apavada. Right? A few words you contemplate, that's enough. Avidya, ignorance, has 2 aspects. Avarana, covering. Vikshepa, projection. Gurudev puts simple, beautiful way. Non-apprehension of the reality causes the misapprehension of the reality. Non-apprehension is called avarana. Misapprehension is called vikshepa. Right? So this avarana and vikshepa has to be negated. How? Avarana, covering, remove the cover. How? By continuous turning your attention to that which makes all things that you think are near and dear known to you. The body is known to you because of that consciousness. The mind is known to you because of that consciousness. The intellect is known to you because, no, this is too much. Okay, sorrows are known to you by that same consciousness. Pain is known to you by the same consciousness. Turn your attention from sorrows, from pain to the consciousness. Turn your attention from sorrows, from pain to the consciousness. So pain and sorrow becomes now what? Aids to meditation. Aids to meditation. In joy you can forget. In sorrow you cannot. That's why Kunti says, Krishna, give me all the time sorrows, because as clearly as I feel you then, I don't feel when there is comfort. Right? So again I repeat, because no point in going on doing classes after classes. Simple things you remember. I can close the class any day, any time. You don't, I told you I am doing only 4 more classes. Do not feel that you are missing something. Right? You don't miss anything. So remember, you are that Sachidananda, covered by the ignorance, the names and forms, you are the body, mind, intellect. And because of that, multiple relationships, multiple associations, and naturally insecurity, agitation, sorrow. Avarana causes vikshepa. Vikshepa also means agitations. Agitation. Avarana, vikshepa. Ignorance has 2 aspects. Avarana, covering, non-apprehension. Vikshepa, misapprehension. All men's problems starts when they apprehend a misapprehension, because they forgot non-apprehension, what they are. Right? When non is forgotten, I am apprehending misapprehension. Non-apprehension leads to misapprehension. Okay. Just remember this. This is all Vedanta. And practice this. Body pain. Say, I am not the body. Somebody insulted me. Why they should not insult you? You have insulted yourself. When you said somebody insulted me, you have accepted you to be the individual. By that you have insulted yourself. Why others should not insult you? When you have insulted yourself, why others should not insult you? So whenever these things happen, say, I am not the body, I am not the mind, I am dull, I don't know Sanskrit, right? I do not know this logic, I am dull, I am an idiot. Say that belongs to the intellect. The dullness, the idiocy, the stupidity are all revealed by me. The pain is revealed by me. So, avarana, covering, non-apprehension, leads to misapprehension, projection, vikshepa, avarana, vikshepa. Remove them, apavada. What is left over is the truth you are. Is all. Now I rush through the text. Yeah. Jaladi samsarga vashat prabhuta durgandha dhruta agaru divya vasanam sangharshanenaiva vibhati samyak vidhuyamane sati bahya gandhi. Sandalwood, when it comes in contact with water, it gives a foul smell. Sandalwood, when it comes in contact with water, it gives a foul smell. Rub the sandalwood, remove the covering, it again gives the fragrance. This is called meditation. Water that is covering this sandalwood, yourself, are all your misconceptions and wrong identities of thoughts. Ataha, there antaha chit ananta duranta vasana dhuli vilipta paramatma vasana pragnati sangarshanato vishuddha pratiyate chandana gandhavat sputa. Pratiyate chandana gandhavat sputa. When this vasana, that I am this ego, is rubbed off from the vasana, that I am that Brahman. That knowledge that I am the Brahman should rub off the ignorance that I am the self. When you do that, when the dust that is covering this self is rubbed off, the dust that is covering this self is rubbed off, it manifests like the chandana that gives you fragrance when the water is rubbed off. Water is its association. When that is rubbed off, chandana gives you the fragrance. This ignorance, right? This ignorance that I am not the self, I am the body, mind, intellect. When this is rubbed off by the knowledge of the self, I am that Satchidananda Brahman, you will realize, reveal that status like the chandana reveals its status when its upadhi, its covering has been removed. So therefore, anatma vasana jalaihi tirobhut atma vasana nitya nityatma nisthaya kesham nase bhati swayam sputa. So how do you negate this anatma vasana? How do you negate this anatma vasana? By continuously remembering that you are that Atman. Nitya Atma Nishtaya. How that is possible? Is that possible that continuously I can remember this during my problems, during my challenges? during my work. How can I remember that? Continuously. Gurudev gives a lovely example. A mother is cooking. A mother is taking bath. Mother goes to office. Mother drives the car. Child is at home. Mother is in the office doing various work. Child is at home. Has the mother ever, for a split second, forgotten the child? During all these various preoccupations, has the mother 1 second forgotten the child? Mind is always in the child. What's happening to the child? What's happening to the child? If that is possible, whatever you are doing, why can't your mind be on that God who is present in what you are doing, because of whom it's possible what you are doing? If a child that is at a distance is not forgotten by you, even for a split second, this consciousness which makes all our experiences possible, why you should forget that? Continuously you have to focus to that. Nitya Atmanistha. Through that only, this Anatma Vasana Jalaha Tiro Bhuta Atma Vasana. Because of these Anatma Vasanas, the Atma Vasana has receded. It's not known to you. It's clouded to you. So, replace this Anatma Vasana with Atmanistha. And when this process is done, in a short while, Anatma Vasana goes and Atma experience remains. Anything that is in the beginning is a thought. Anything in the beginning is a thought. A thought repeated becomes a habit. Habit after some times becomes nature. Now you have repeated, I am the body. Reverse it. Repeat, I am Brahman. It becomes a habit. Then it becomes your nature. That's called Atmanistha. Yatha yada pratyak avasthitam manaha tata tata munchiti brahma vasana nishesha moksho sati vasananam atmanubhutihi pratibandha sunya. Pratibandha, obstacles. Shunya, when all pratibandhas are removed. Yatha yada pratyak avasthitam manaha tata tata munchati brahma. As much as this mind is turned introvert and conscious of that Brahma Vasana, this Jiva Vasana reduces and ultimately disappears. Because when the mind is turned to the consciousness, there is no object for it to associate, and mind is consciousness plus object. Mind is consciousness plus object. Therefore, equation, mind minus object is consciousness. Mind minus object is consciousness. Turn the attention. How to do that? Various steps are given here, about 15 ways, 15 clues to end this superimposition, which is called apavada. Swatmani eva sada sthitva mano nashyati yoginaha vasananam chayaha cha ataha swadhyasa apanayanam kuru. Swadhyasa apanayanam kuru. This is the refrain. It will be repeated in every verse. Swadhyasa apanayam kuru. Remove your superimposition. How? By making the mind stay with the self. Swatmana eva sada sthitva mano nashyati yoginaha. When the mind stays in the Atman or with the Atman, when the mind stays with the Atman, in the Atman, the mind loses its pseudo nature of projecting multiplicity and fuses into that one truth. Mind is mind because it projects plurality. When the mind is turned to the self, it withdraws from the plurality. And then there is no mind. Mind ends. Tamogvabhyam rajasattvaha tat sattvam shuddhena nashyati tasmat sattvam avastabhya swadhyaya su adhyasa apanayanam kuru swa adhyasa apanayanam kuru swa adhyasa apanayanam. How tamas has to be negated through rajas and sattva. What is this? Tamas, inertia, laziness, inadvertentness, procrastination. This is called tamas. This has to be removed by becoming dynamically active, rajas. First, inertia has to be removed by dynamic activity. Inertia, inactivity, to be removed by dynamic action, rajas. But that gives pain. So bring sattva, intelligence, intellect, discriminate. Remove the poison from the action, the ego, by turning the action for a noble cause. Sattva, selfless cause. Through this process of whipping up the dull mind, lazy mind, to become active, and then removing the poison from it, the ego. Sattva is the process. Remove the tamas through rajas and sattva. Then rajas has to be removed by trying to reinforce sattva, positive qualities, good qualities, the qualities that remind you of the self. The qualities that remind you of the self. The qualities that divert your attention from that self are called tamasic and rajasic. Tamasic and rajasic. Tasma Saptam avastabhya, always staying in tattva. That means body is tamas, mind is rajas, intellect is sattva. Intellect is sattva. So staying at sattva means always trying to act from the level of the pure intellect. From the level of the pure intellect, discriminative intellect. What is discriminative intellect? To know what is real, what is not real. Do all that is conducive for your experience of the real. That's called staying in sattva. Prarabdham pushyati vapuhu iti nischitya nischalaha dhairyam alambya yatnena swadhyasa apanayam kuru. And in this process, what disturbs you is your concern about your duties, your security, your maintenance of the body, family, etc. You just have to believe. You come with a program. Who sent you with a program? God. He has programmed you for certain experiences in this life. Why? Because many has to suffer through you. Many has to suffer through you. So he has programmed and sent you here. That program has to act. So you will be fed by that God. You don't have to worry about how to procure my livelihood. He will do it because he has sent you to trouble many. He will see that you live. Right? That's what is called prarabdham pushyati vapu. Pushyati means nourishes. English pushyati is also okay. Your destiny pushes you. Prarabdham is destiny. Your destiny pushes you. English destiny. English push. Sanskrit push is nourishes you. Prarabdham pushyati vapu. If you have to live, you will live. That's not your concern. He will send you. So that should not be your main preoccupation. Dhairyam alambya. Dhairyam is courage. But Sanskrit word dhairyam is something more than that. Courage is not a brute courage. D means intellect. Dhairyam, that which is born out of conviction, is called dhairyam. Courage born out of conviction. Dhairyam. Alambya yatnena, through effort, swa adhyasa apanayanam kuru. Remove your adhyasa. I forgot to you that day one verse which is very important. I skipped and none of you pointed out. I won't blame you because now I am going so fast. You don't know if I missed one. I don't blame you, but that's a very important verse. I will read it out. 247. 247. Take 247. Tatastu tau lakshanaya sulakshau tayoho akanda eka rasa sattva siddhaye eka rasa rasat tayoho akanda eka rasatva siddhaye na alam jahatya na tata ajahatya kintu ubhayatmika eva ubhayatmika eva avyam. That is, we have been told Tattvamasi, when it is said, you should not go by the word meaning. You should go by what it implies. Lakshyartha. Word meaning is called Vachyartha. Tattvamasi, you are that. How can you be that? You are a stupid fellow, he is omniscient. You are Alpasektiman, he is Sarvashektiman. You are Alpagna, he is Sarvagna. How can you be that? So, the Acharya said, take the implied meaning, Lakshyartha, not Vachyartha. By that, you arrive at the truth. The process of arriving at the truth is through this implied meaning, which has 2-3 different ways. My house is right on the sea. My house is right on the sea. How can the house be on the sea? Means you have to understand it's on the beach. It's close to the sea. There you leave the sea and understand. You leave the sea and understand. This leaving to understand something is called jaha. Jaha means leave. Jaha means leave. Right? So that lakshana is called jahar lakshana. Lakshana, that which points out. Through jaha, leaving. Jahar lakshana. Leave the sea and understand the house is adjacent to the sea. Leave the sea. Jahar lakshana. Red is running. What? Red cannot run. Red horse is running. Red horse is running. Introduce horse. Introduce horse. That's called ajahar lakshana. Ajahar lakshana. Not leaving and introducing some extra word. Jahar lakshana, ajahar lakshana. In this Tattvamasi, it's not completely jahar lakshana, it's not completely ajahar lakshana, it's both. A little jahar lakshana, a little ajahar lakshana. Therefore, it's called bhaga tyaga. Tyaga, leaving. bhaga, a portion, and holding on to the reality. The other day we saw the example, this Gupta is that Gupta. Gupta you didn't leave. You left Bombay or Chennai, of a student, all that you left. And you brought in IAS officer, Delhi. You left something, you brought in something to understand that Gupta is this Gupta. You left something and brought something in. Right? Similarly, when you say Tattvamasi, you leave the idea that you are this individual. All your body, mind, intellect, vasanas, panchakoshas, all you leave. The wave form, the bubble form, you leave. Now, you have a concept, you are the ocean. You are neither the ocean. Ocean is God, Ishvara. You are neither the ocean. Remove that concept, ocean, name and form. Remove the concept God. You are neither the individual Alpa Shaktiman, Alpagna, nor Sarva Shaktiman, Sarvagna. Remove both. What remains is you. Remove the form wave. Remove the form ocean. What remains is water. Water is the truth. Similarly, remove the form that you are this individual, Jiva, by saying Alpa Shaktiman, Alpagna, etc., 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 association with the body. Remove Ishvara, Sarva Shaktiman, Sarvagna. You have a concept of a form of him. Remove both. What is common is Sat Chit Ananda. This process is called Bhaga Tyaga Lakshana. Jaha Ajaha Lakshana. Together, leaving a little and keeping something common. Okay. Naham jivaha param brahmeti iti advut iti Naham jivaha param brahma yetad vyavritti purvakam vasana vegataha prapta swa adhyasa apanayam kuru. Na aham jivaha. I am not this individual. Parabrahma. I am that supreme Brahma. Yetad vyavritti purvakam. Through this, that which is now not experienced because of vasana vegataha, by the power of your past vasanas. Right? Removing the past vasanas by substituting. I am not the Jiva, I am Brahman. Naham Jivaha, Param Brahma. I am that supreme Brahma. This removes the prarabdha, vasana vegataha, all this turbulent vasana bundle. This turbulent vasana bundle projects to you. That has to be removed. Because vasanas belong to whom? Prarabdha belongs to whom? To the body. Vasana, prarabdha belongs to the body. Therefore, you have to say, Naham jivaha. I am not the body. I am not the mind. I am not the intellect. What is a jiva? One who identifies with the body, mind, intellect is called a jiva. I am that supreme Brahma. Through that, detached from the concept of the body, mind, intellect, naturally will be detached from vasanas, and you will find yourself to be that consciousness. This again, he gives some more clues. Utya, yuktya, swa anubhutya, Jnatva sarvatmyamatmanah kvachid abhasatah prapta swa adhyasa apanayanam kuru. See, Srutya, you didn't know that you are God. Guru told you. That's called Sruti, heard, Sravana. And then you have not understood. You got the information, not understood. Reflect, manana. Reflect, manana. Sravana, manana. Reflection, manana is what? Trying to understand through logic. That's called yukti. Sravana, manana, called Sruti, yukti. And try to experience in yourself. That's called nididhyasana, meditation. Sravana, manana, nididhyasana. Shruti, yukti, anubhava. Shruti, yukti, anubhava. Through that process, realize this self by removing all your incrustations, your false associations. Remove. Adhyasa apanayam. Remove them. Anna adana visargabhyam ishan nasti kriya munehe tadeka nishtaya nityam swa adhyasa apanayam kuru. Do not dissipate running after procuring food, trying to leave something, trying to gain something. This is all our life. Trying to gather something, trying to leave something. Don't waste. The Lord provides you what you need. You just focus on that consciousness. You will get immortality. Tattvamasyaadi vakyotha brahmatmaikatva bhodatah brahmani atmatvat dadhya swadhyasa apanayanam kuru. Tattvamasi adi vakyotha brahmatmaikatva bhodatah. Through the sentences that have been told to you, you are that Tattvamasi. You have to remove all your superimpositions by gaining that knowledge that you are that Brahman. And you have to practice that. And if you don't end, previous sloka, I just left that. Kvachida abhasata. Even if you leave a small trace, it will again come back. Disease, there is a proverb. Shatru sesham, vyadhi sesham, you should not have. If you leave one Shatru, he will multiply. Right? Shatru sesham, you should not have. Vyadhi sesham, disease, completely have to be removed. Do it through the process of meditation. Aham bhavasya dehe asmin nissesha vilayavadi savadhanena yuktatma swa adhyasa apanayanam kuru. Till this identification that I am this body completely drops off, you have to practice this removal of the covering. Swa adhyasa apanayam. You have to practice continuously. Pratiti jiva jagatoho swapnabadhati yavata tavan nirantaram vidvan swadhyasa apanayanam kuru. How long should I practice? Till you realize this world is nothing but a dream. When that becomes your conviction, till that becomes your conviction, whole thing is useless. Whole thing is a dream. Practice this. because that is the truth. That is the truth. Nidraya lokavartaya shabdaderapi vismrutehe vachinnavasaram dattva chintayatmanam. Do not waste your time. Nidra means not sleep. Through inertia, through laziness. Lokavartaya, getting involved into worldly matters. Shabdaderapi, indulging in senses. Do not give even a little scope for that. Do not give even a little scope for that. Chinta atmanam atmani. Completely engage yourself. Reflect yourself in the mind, in the intellect, that you are that self. What are you? Mata pitrur malodbhutam malamamsamayam vapuhu tyaktva chandalavaduram brahmi bhuya kruti bhava. This body is filth, originated from the filth of the parents. Then it was fed by filth. The whole thing is nothing but a packet of filth by the master creator who has wrapped it so nicely. Filth is not seen because he is intelligence. What is there inside is nothing but filth. And you do not accept that you are this body, a packet of filth. Reject that idea. Ghatakasha mahakasha ivatmanam paratmani vilapya akanda bhavena tushni bhava sada mune. Mune means contemplative one. You should understand that Ghatakasha, the space in the pot, and Mahakasha, the total space, both are same. The pot actually moves in the space. Space does not move. Pot moves in the space. You move in that existence. You understand that this body is only a pot moving in that space. Nothing happened to the space when it was seen in the pot or outside the pot. Nothing happens to this consciousness, existence, whether seen in the body or outside the body or beyond both. Chidatmani sadanande deha ruda mahamdhyam niveshya linga musrujya evalo bhava sarvada. Linga musrujya, rejecting your association with the mind. Mind is called linga sharira. Chidatmani sadanande. And now that sadananda, which is eternally joy, eternal bliss, right? You have to shift your attention from this body to that consciousness and detach from the mind that splits, that creates duality. Yatra yesha jagadabhaso darpananta puram yata tad brahmahamiti gnatva kritakrityo bhavishyasi. This is a beautiful sloka again written by Sri Shankaracharya in Dakshinamurti. Same truth. Dakshinamurti Stotra he has given in 10 verses. Tattvabodh he gives in 40-50 verses. Atmabodh he gives in 68 verses. Vivekachudamani he gives in 518 verses. Same truth only. Dakshinamurti is complete, 10 verses. Vishvam darpana drishyamana nagari tulyam nijantargatam pasyannatmani mayaya bahirvodbhutam yada nidraya. When you are sleeping, the dream world is seen as though outside, which is inside you. The dream world is seen as though outside, which is inside you. Same thing in waking. You are that infinite. The whole world is in you. You see it as though outside you. End it. That's called superimposition. End it. Through the knowledge, I am that Brahman. Yat sat Yat Satyabhutam Nijarupamadyam Chidadvayananda Marupamakryam Tadetya Mithya Vapuhu Usrujeta Sailushavad Vesham Upattamatmanaha. Sailusha, the actor. Actor Shivaji Ganeshan acts as a beggar. What happens? He never forgets he is Shivaji Ganeshan, the billionaire. And as soon as the portion is over, he removes this and throws it out, this dress. So also, you remember, you are that Brahman. Detached from this dress, you are the beggar. You are the beggar. Sarvatmana drishyamidam rishaiva naivaha martha shanikatva darshat janamyaham sarvamiti pratitihi kruto ahamade shanikasya siddhye. Sorry, I wanted to do a lot, but it's already 7 minutes more. We'll see on Friday. It's already 7 minutes more. We'll see on Friday. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamodaya Purnameva Vasishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Sri Guru Bhyo Namah. Hari Om. Thank you all.
Thank you,
ధన్యవాదాः.
Uncle.